Welcome to my March favorites. I feel like I have a very balanced list of favorites this month, so let's waste no time on a boring intro and just get into it. The first two skincare favorites this month were such saviors while I was traveling on, I guess, sort of a medium-length flight to and from Sint Maarten in the middle of March. We all know that flying can really dry out your skin, but I brought these two things on my carry-on and doused myself continuously in the Josie Maran Nirvana Mist, and then during the flight, I had the Tata Harper moisturizing mask all over my skin. The thing I like about this is that it's translucent, so you don't look like a freak on the airplane, and it's not like an offensive smell or anything. It's a very sort of natural light scent. When I got to Sint Maarten, my skin was in amazing condition. When I came back, it was a little more beat up, just from, wear and tear of vacation and not being in kind of my normal environment. But I do think that this made a really big difference in helping my skin retain moisture on the flight. And then beyond how nice this was to use while I was on vacation and on the flight, I've just been loving it in general, just kind of as an everyday skin refresh before I do my makeup or to dampen a beauty blender or things like that. It's beautiful. The mist is extremely fine. I feel like I've used a ton of this. It looks like I've barely made a dent in it. Even though it's kind of pricey, I think that a little goes a long way with this, and I've been liking it. I believe it rates a 2, maybe a 3 on EWG. The next skincare favorite is actually the February Beauty Heroes pick, the Mangosteen Beauty Drops by Skin Owl. Now, you guys know that I do a Beauty Heroes product review video every month. In fact, my next video is going to be my review of the April box. Even if I like a product in a video review that I do, they don't often make it into a favorites video. My experience over time changes, and actually, just a little aside, I'm going to be doing a Beauty Heroes retrospective. My friend and subscriber Kelly gave me an idea to do that and let you know what I'm still loving today from the past boxes. This has quickly become just one of my favorite face oils that I feel like I've ever used. It's so versatile. I can use it morning and evening. And as a normal to dry skinned person, I just find that this moisturizes my skin so well, and it's such a simple product. It's got only 2 ingredients, baobab oil and mangosteen oil. It's a pleasure to use, and it's also a very different scent profile than lots of other face oils that I have. It's very sweet smelling, so it doesn't have that like herbal hippie smell that lots of other skincare products I have do. So it's unique. I think it just performs so well on my skin, and I've been using this in the morning. Okay, my last skincare favorite are these absolutely amazing organic baby washcloths, which I've been using to cleanse my face with at night. I got the idea to pick some of these up off Amazon from a Chelsea Wears vlog a couple of months ago. Previous to this, I had been just using like basic white washcloths that I get at Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, you can see how stained and nasty these are. I wasn't like super happy with them. I just didn't really know what to get next. And I saw Chelsea mention organic bamboo baby washcloths. And so I went onto Amazon. They're like $12 or $13 for a pack of 5. I don't even know the brand of this. I'll leave it in the description box below though, the exact ones I have. Couldn't be happier with them. You can see they don't really like stain at all. They're so much more effective at removing makeup with a balm cleanser over top. They're just perfect. I actually bought a second pack. So now I have 10 of these and I won't run out before I have to do laundry. And I think that they're a really good way to remove balm cleansers. So if you're tired of using just plain washcloths, highly recommend picking up organic bamboo baby washcloths. I only have 2 little makeup favorites this month. Neither of them are overtly eco. I guess one brand kind of could be considered eco, but it's really just a greenwashed brand. The first one is not though. It's the Laura Mercier, what are these called? Caviar Stick Eye Colors in the shade Amethyst. It's a deluxe sort of sample trial size. A friend sent me this one and a brown one that I can't remember the name of. It's called Ganache, I think. But this is Amethyst, which is, I feel, one of Laura Mercier's more iconic colors in this formula. And I've really been liking this for just a wash of color over the lid during the day. It's way more subtle than By Terry Misty Rock, which I have and adore, but it can be a bit intense for daytime at the office. I'm just not used to wearing a ton of color on my lids, even though I absolutely adore that product. It wears quite well over a primer. The color is not as saturated, long wearing, and intense as the By Terry formula, but like I'm saying, just for an everyday color, I think it's really super gorgeous. And then if you watched my updated everyday makeup routine video, this won't be a surprise, but I've been having a love affair with the shade Your Love is King in this Too Faced Love Flush. It's called like a blush wardrobe or something, but it's in particular, this color is the one that I've just been adoring. A lot of the shades are a bit warm for me. Blush is I have a very complicated relationship with blush. It can look very intense and overdone on me. But a tiny bit of this brings a very similar shade to my face as wearing RMS Diabolique. So to me, this is a powdered version of RMS Diabolique, and I like having the option depending on how I want to layer other cream products like cream bronzer. I don't really like doing cream bronzer and cream blush generally, depending on the formula. And the other one out of this palette that I really enjoy is Baby Love, just because it's so super neutral. A genre of beauty product I don't often have a lot to talk about, but I have several body care favorites this month, are two of the red flower products that I was recently sent directly from the company, but through Beauty Heroes, because Beauty Heroes carries these in their shop, and they're doing, actually it's still active until April 15th, gift with purchase if you buy the red flower Arctic Berry Cloud Milk Cream. Absolutely been obsessed with this product. It's just, if you want to hear my full review, I'll link you to the video. I feel like this product relaxes me. I don't know why. If you're into kind of a at-home spa experience, this is just delivers in that product experience. The thing I've been kind of unexpectedly liking is the Bioactive Berry White Peat Exfoliant, but it's for a very specific use. So this is a very, very gentle exfoliator. The exfoliating granules are actually strawberry seeds, but what I like this most for is exfoliating my bikini area. I get waxes down there every 4 to 6 weeks depending on season and other variables. This is super gentle, but I feel an effective exfoliator for sort of a delicate area like that. It's also just supremely moisturizing while exfoliating at the same time. So I'm considering adding a full size of this to the order that I'm going to be picking up. And then the other thing that has been a favorite this month, because I got quite a bit of use out of it, is my EcoTan Invisible Tan self-tanning cream. I showed this, I think, in my new In Beautiful Things, which was sort of a haul Mercedes Shops video. Used this several times before going on vacation, and I was really pleased with the results. I used this all over my body, actually. In general, I tend to really only use self-tanners on my legs. This one I did use on my arms and like kind of all over because I was going to be in a bathing suit. I was really happy with it. It doesn't last super long. I would say your skin looks the best for 3, maybe 4 days after, but I guess that's to be expected. And you do go through it quite quickly for how expensive it is, but this is has great ingredients as far as self-tanner goes. It does have a slight self-tanner smell, but I would say I like this better than Chocolate Sun, and that's the only other all-natural self-tanner I've used. So yeah, this was definitely a favorite this month. On to lifestyle. These little Baby Ganix individually wrapped alcohol-free hand sanitizing wipes were a veritable lifesaver while I was on vacation. If any of you go to music festivals, things like this are essential because you are often in situations where there's not a reliable bathroom source, or the bathroom situation is extremely gross and sketchy, and you're often away from your abode for a long period of time, and just like, you get the gist. I actually had purchased a big bag of these off Vitacost to keep it work for wiping down my desk. I like that these are individually wrapped. I know that it's a bit more wasteful, but I have tried to get packs of sanitizing wipes like the EO ones, or ones that you can just get at Whole Foods, and they do dry out before I use them, so that irritates me. So these are super moist, stay super moist. They have a very light mandarin scent, and I've just been really happy with them. I have an essential oil favorite this month, and it's doTERRA's Breathe blend. I had a pretty unpleasant. It wasn't like super bad, but I had an unpleasant head cold after I came back from vacation, just from traveling and partying and not really sleeping. I diffused this every single night when I got home from work because I had to keep going to work. And the weekend after I got back from vacation, I was just home and recuperating. So I diffused this like the entire time. I felt it really did help kind of ease my congestion, and it's just a blend that I really enjoy. It's what you would expect of a blend titled brie that's like eucalyptusy and refreshing. So recommend. I really have fallen in love with doTERRA essential oils. They're very high quality, and they get the pass from my medical intuitive. Or Acacia also come back as a positive resonance through his resourcing. But I had him check several doTERRA blends that I use regularly, and they were all fine. So yeah, I'm a big fan. Okay, so the next two things are food, and actually I could have done more food favorites, and I think I'm going to be doing a separate video, which I'll get to in a minute. But my first are these jovial, gluten-free, chocolate cream-filled organic chocolate cookies. So I'm going to try and be brief, but one of the main dietary changes I've been making in light of the work I've done with Adam, the medical intuitive, I did the whole video on. Clearly it will be linked up here or down below if you haven't already seen it, is that I have gluten intolerance. Apparently, I've eaten gluten my entire life. I also have had a lot of resistance in the past to like everybody being gluten-free and like jumping on the gluten-free bandwagon, or really like the food allergy bandwagon in general. I find it extremely tedious and annoying because I think a lot of people don't really know if they do or don't have intolerances, and they're just trying to see what makes them feel better, which I totally get. But I certainly was not going to cut something out of my life unless it really was posing a problem. And thankfully, I don't really have any big allergies. Gluten intolerance was probably the biggest glaring issue that came back from my medical intuitive session. I invested the money in the session, so I'm going to implement the changes and see how I fare over the long term. I don't think that anyone should cut a food out of their life unless they know, either through like a traditional food allergy test. Like if you're very into science and you need that level of certainty, then go get a food allergy test and find out what your body is having issues with. Or you can be like me and be kind of more like energetically motivated. And so the work I've done with the medical intuitive just resonates with me on an extremely deep level. So I'm going with that. This is a brand that I really, really enjoy, Jovial. They have some other non-gluten-free cookies that had been staples for me, and that was part of my list of foods that I had Adam check. And when it came back that I have a gluten sensitivity, Adam checked the rest of the cookies in this brand range, and these came back as ones that were a yes for me. Picked them up off Vitacost actually, and absolutely delicious. They come individually wrapped, 2 to a pack. Really yummy. I'm really, really obsessed. And I think I'm going to do, if you would be interested, a video on kind of my gluten-free favorites. I've had to replace kind of some big products that I used to rely on a lot, like bread and granola, because I also am not supposed to do oats. So finding like a granola cereal replacement was sort of challenging, but I've stumbled on some new staples that I'm really into. So if you would be interested in hearing my favorites, I would love to do a video on that and tell you more. Another thing I've been loving, and is also sort of a byproduct of the medical intuitive session, are pumpkin seeds. And these are, whether or not you decide to do a session with the medical intuitive I've worked with, or another medical intuitive, or like whatever your own health route is, pumpkin seeds are just an excellent food to have around. The balance they have of vitamins, minerals, omegas is just really, really optimal for human consumption. So it's like better than sunflower seeds and things like that. They're just more nutritious. So I have these like pretty much every day for lunch. I've been taking, I used to just take like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. Now it's a little bit more work, but I end up doing some kind of rice, chicken, or some kind of legume like lentils. And then I've also been really obsessed with coconut aminos. I just ran out, so I don't have that to show, but and then I'll sprinkle a handful of pumpkin seeds on the rice, and it's just like, it makes me so happy. So I eat these pretty much every day, and these are the Sprouted Go Raw brand, just off Vitacost. Really, really good. So for music, I did do a playlist of 5 top tracks. I'm not gonna like talk about them. I'm just gonna link you below to the blog post with that playlist. But my favorite music of the month undoubtedly was obviously being in St. Maarten and hearing some of the world's best underground DJs like perform at their highest level. So it was really an amazing experience. I did take some vlog footage while I was there. Not really vlog because I never really talked at the camera, but I did take some footage. The highlight for me was definitely a sunrise party DJed by 2 DJs, Lee Burridge and YokoO, or I think that's how you pronounce it, YokoO. It was a sunrise party, so it started at like 5 or 5:30 and it went, I mean, we left at like 1, I think, but I don't really know what happened to that party or what it materialized into, but it was just incredible. So that is going to do it for March favorites. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about, as always, my random mishmash assortment of favorites. I'm going to end this video with some of the vlog footage I took while I was in St. Maarten, and it was a great experience. I'm so grateful that I got to go. It clarified a lot of things for me, so it was a very poignant trip in a lot of ways. Let me know what you've been loving this month. I always am soliciting product recommendations and really enjoy hearing from you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you can keep up with my videos. So I'll see you guys on Sunday with that Beauty Heroes review, and until then, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you Sunday. Bye.
I'm really jealous.